History often credits European explorers with opening the world's sea lanes, but this overlooks a powerful Indian empire that once ruled the Indian Ocean. Centuries before the Portuguese, the Chola dynasty commanded vast fleets, projecting power from India to Indonesia. This is the forgotten story of the Cholas, a regional kingdom that became a naval superpower. We'll uncover how they built a fleet that conquered and traded across Asia, reshaping the region's culture and economy. Why has this chapter been erased from mainstream memory, despite evidence in temples and Southeast Asian culture? It's time to restore the Cholas to their rightful place in world history. Imagine the bustling Chola ports, the shipyards, and the moment a king launched an armada across the sea. By piecing together inscriptions, architecture, and foreign accounts, we can resurrect the world of the Cholas. Let's begin this journey into a lost maritime empire. The Cholas' roots run deep in Indian history, but their rise began in the 9th century CE. Breaking free from rivals, they forged an empire under Rajaraja Chola I and his son, Rajendra Chola I. Rajaraja consolidated the heartland and built a powerful navy, conquering Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Rajendra expanded further, marching north to the Ganga and launching a daring naval campaign against the Srivijaya Empire in Southeast Asia. At their peak, the Cholas controlled southern India and radiated influence across the Bay of Bengal. Their capitals, Thanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram, became centers of art, commerce, and administration. The wealth and stability at home fueled their overseas ambitions, turning the Bay of Bengal into a Chola lake. This was the dawn of India's greatest maritime empire. The Chola navy was a marvel, large, multi-tiered fleets built from Western Ghats timber, designed for the open ocean. Their shipyards at Nagapattinam and Kavaripattinam buzzed with activity, producing warships and troop carriers. The most legendary campaign was Rajendra's 1025 CE invasion of Srivijaya, a full-scale assault across 3,000 kilometers of sea. Srivijaya controlled the vital Strait of Malacca, but the Cholas shattered their dominance, capturing ports and the king. This established Chola supremacy over Asian maritime trade and sent shockwaves across the continent. Rather than direct rule, the Cholas installed friendly rulers and trading outposts, securing trade and influence. Their navy patrolled the seas, protecting commerce and enforcing Chola power. These expeditions forged a new order in the Indian Ocean, with the Cholas at its center. Chola naval power enabled economic dominance over the Maritime Silk Road. Their ports became global emporiums, trading Arabian horses, Chinese silk, and Indian spices. This wealth fueled cultural exchange. Tamil architecture, language, and religion spread across Southeast Asia. Chola influence is visible in temples and scripts from Sumatra to Java. After Srivijaya, smaller kingdoms paid tribute, securing Chola merchants privileges and safe passage. The prophets funded grand temples like Brihadiswara, which served as economic and administrative hubs. Temple inscriptions reveal the empire's reach, recording victories, trade, and daily life. The Cholas' legacy is etched in stone and culture, built on maritime trade. The Chola Empire's decline began in the 13th century, weakened by internal strife, costly wars, and shifting geopolitics. Rival powers like the Pandyas and resurgent Srivijaya challenged their dominance. The empire's vastness became unmanageable, and the network of trade and tribute unraveled. Invasions from the Delhi Sultanate delivered the final blow, fracturing the empire. Yet, their naval legacy faded from memory, overshadowed by colonial narratives that credited Europeans with maritime supremacy. British historians downplayed India's seafaring past, erasing the Cholas from global history. Their story survived only in regional memory and temple inscriptions. The tide of their empire receded, buried by time and colonial bias. Today, the Cholas' legacy is being rediscovered by historians and archaeologists. Their temples, like Brihadiswara, still stand as living monuments to their greatness. Chola influence endures in Southeast Asian culture, language, and festivals. Modern research reveals the Indian Ocean was interconnected long before Europeans arrived, with the Cholas as key architects. This rediscovery inspires pride in India's maritime heritage and challenges Eurocentric history. The Cholas remind us that power and culture have always flowed across oceans in many directions. From Thanjavu's towers to Bali's festivals, their story lives on. The Chola Empire is not lost. It's an ocean of stories waiting to be told.